Hi friends, Rabbi Danielle here. Last week I spent time at my kids' sleepaway camp in the Poconos. It was amazing in so many ways. But there was one night I walked to the edge of camp and I looked up and I could see so many more stars than I have ever remembered beholding. Like, I've been out west and I know I've had that experience, but it's been a very long time. And I was left breathless. Like, I couldn't believe how many layers of stars and galaxies are obscured from our vision. And as I took in that night sky, I felt myself connected to something holy and ancient. And I stood in stillness and felt or remembered my root. I remembered that I am rooted in the stars, that each of us are, that we are part of a mind-blowing, unfolding mystery of collective becoming. And in this month of Tisha B'Av, we are called to reconnect with that root, with that source, because that is the Av. That's what Av means. It's the word Abba, Father. And on Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av, everything is torn down in order for us to come face to face with our truth, with our root. All the barriers fall away, all the facades, all that is standing in our way of truth, of clarity, of discernment. And this process is a very challenging process because becoming is a breaking open. And that's what we witness on Tisha B'Av. We witness not only we commemorate not only the destruction of both temples, but we honor the suffering throughout the generations of the Jewish people. And we honor the suffering of humans throughout the world. And we look inside ourselves and we bear witness to our own brokenness. And we look in the world and all we see is brokenness and injustice. And on Tisha B'Av, the walls come down and we allow ourselves in community, with the supportive community, to feel the depths of that sorrow, of that trauma. And we are reminded, Am Yisrael Chai, Israel lives. We do not die on Tisha B'Av. We do not break and are left shattered, but we break in order to become. The seeds of redemption are planted. I learned recently, I love that I can still learn all the time, even though I've been studying Judaism for so many years. I learned recently that in Eicha Rabbah, the Midrash on the Book of Lamentations that we liturgically read on Tisha B'Av, says that the Mashiach, the Messiah, which I understand as Mashiach consciousness, right? This awakened consciousness is born not on Pesach, not on Sukkot, not on Rosh Hashanah or Yom Kippur, not with the shofar blast, but with the crumbling of the temple. In the midst of the ruins, Mashiach is born. And so what this says to me is that Tisha B'Av calls us to feel the depths of our sorrow and our grief and our brokenheartedness, not because we are hopeless, but because we are hopeful enough to allow ourselves to feel the pain, because we know that pain is not an end. We know that grief is not a grave, but it is a womb. It is a womb that births us into beauty and possibility and resilience and becoming. And so may we have the strength and the courage to feel our grief, to allow ourselves to fall apart in community, and to have faith our tears are falling on the soil of hope, that sometimes we think we are being buried, but we are really being planted. This is the call of Tisha B'Av. So please join us for services, or just 8:30 Saturday night, but if you're not able to make it, please set aside some time from sundown on Saturday night to sundown on Sunday night to allow yourselves to feel deeply, to allow yourselves to honor the brokenness of our world, of our souls, and to have faith that the seeds of redemption and resilience are being planted in this very moment, to remember that the stars are shining beyond the veil of the darkest sky. Thank you, my friends. Wishing you all Shabbat Shalom. Hope to see you soon. Lehitraot. Bye-bye.